Hello everyone and welcome back to Channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads. And here I've got some stuff from, getpocket.com, one of my favorite places. And while I do this, I'm going to check my levels because I forgot to check them. All right, thank you very much for seeing that. I know it's been a while since I've done any kind of stuff, and people have been asking me, even on Facebook and places, for some of my research and things with all the Fauci virus going around. I basically couldn't do any more videos. I had like 7 or 8 articles to go over for almost 3 weeks now, and I was like, I couldn't. And if you look at Dr. Buttar's latest video and you see my comment, I kind of explain why. So go check that out over there. But anyway, the psychological importance of wasting time. It's almost like I wrote this article. Let's find out what's going on because I have not read it yet. So I guess it's a bunch of people lounging around. Looks like at a lake or something. Very nice. Sunbathing. There will always be an endless list of chores to complete. Yep. And work to do. The to-do list never finishes. And a culture of relentless productivity tells us to get to it right away and feel terribly guilty about any time wasted. But the truth is the life spent dutifully responding to emails is a very dull one. Yeah, it is. And a waste of time is, in fact, highly fulfilling and necessary. Don't believe me? Take it from the creator of Inbox Zero. As Oliver Berkman reports in The Guardian, and I used to work with someone who loved Inbox. I could get to Inbox Zero, but it really was very, very tough. Merlin Mann was commissioned to write a book about his streamlined email system. 2 years later, he abandoned the project and instead posted a since deleted blog post on how he'd spent so long focusing on how to spend time. Well, he ended up missing valuable moments with his daughter. Oh, that's kind of sad that's been deleted. The problem comes when we spend so long frantically chasing productivity, we refuse to take real breaks. Yep, that's for sure. We put off sleeping, yep, and going for a long walk. And I kind of go in cycles. And there are times, sometimes the dogs pester me and it's a real pain. And then other times it's like, man, I'm glad they did that because I need to step outside and smell the flowers, as it were. And, sorry. Anyway. Where was I? And it comes to illuminating awareness of things we should be doing so that experience is weighed down by guilt. Instead, there's a tendency to turn to the latest fulfilling tendency of them all. There's a tendency to turn to a tendency. Sitting at our desk in front of our computer, browsing websites and contributing to neither our happiness nor our productivity. There's the idea we must always be available, work all the time. It's hard to break out of that. Yeah. And part of it, I'd say too, and I don't know, maybe they'll get to this. I'd say the way you waste time is very important. But the downside, it's hard, are obvious. We end up zoning out while at our computer, looking for distraction on social media, telling others we're multitasking while really spending far longer than necessary on the most basic tasks. Yep. Plus, Guttridge says, you're missing out on the mental and physical benefits of time spent focusing on ourselves. People eat at the desk and yep, absolutely. It's disgusting. They should go for a walk to the coffee shop, just get away. Even Victorian factories had some kind of rest breaks. Yeah, get away from your machine. It's not as though we need to work so hard. Alex Sojung Kim Pan, author of Rest, Why We Get More Done When We Work Less, writes in Nautilus. Luminaries including Charles Dickens, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, and Charles Darwin had quite relaxed schedules, working for 4 hours a day or less. The truth is, work expands to fill the time it's given. Yep. So basically, this is like work hard, play hard. This person I used to know years ago. And so when working, you work really hard to get it done. And then you go and you play really hard, but you don't think about work while you're playing. And you don't think about play while you're working. Sometimes even the activities that are meant to be a treat, watching a movie or going for a run, can be weighed down by the sense of responsibility. Yep. Says he's heard of CEOs who watch movies on fast forward so they can get to the gist quickly. Perhaps they do, but they certainly won't experience any of the pleasure that comes from immersing yourself in a cinematic world. Yep. I used to actually, and it wasn't because I used to, because I would multitask. I'd actually watch movies on double speed years ago. I would rip them off, and part of it was to get the DVDs back to Netflix. Wasting time is about recharging your battery and decluttering. Yeah. See, this is where, again, and they've mentioned it, just, flipping through web pages that's a time waster, but that's not what they're getting at. They're really saying get away from your task and envelop yourself in something else, something more geared toward who you are and recharging your batteries. It could just be going out and laying in the sun for 20 minutes. I mean, it could be walking around the block. It could just be literally going out and smell the flowers. Even the much maligned TV binge watch can be a transporting experience if you relax and enjoy it. One study found that watching TV is considerably less enjoyable for those who then berate themselves as couch potatoes. Yep. And it's kind of like planned stuff. At the end of the day, all of us have the urge to while away time, flicking through a magazine, walking around the block, or simply doing nothing. We should embrace these moments and see them as what they are, time well spent. Yeah. And I would say when you're halfway doing either side, your tasks aren't getting done and accomplished, and then you're also not recharging fully, that's when it really gets bad, because then you can never really accomplish anything and you never fully recharge. You never feel like you're contributing or a part of something. So is that it? That is it. And I don't think there's any comments. There are none. And that is all. So what do you think of this study? Do you think, we see in this picture several different ways. I guess this is a woman. I don't know. There's a man here. There's some people sitting in the sun, some people sitting in the shade. We've got people out on the lake. It looks like canoes, I guess, or rowboats or something. They don't look up high enough to be paddle boats, and they seem to be sitting behind one another. It could be rowboats. And some people on the other side. I don't know if anyone's swimming. Maybe there's an activity there. There seems to be someone. Is that a log? I'm not sure. But what do you think of this topic? Do you think this is good? Olvia Goldhill is nice. It's a short. What I like is short. Doesn't go on for days. I've seen some of these go, how to make more of your day? And it's like, a 27-minute read. And I'm like, I know how I'm going to start my day, and that's not reading this article. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing. Thank you, new subscribers. Thanks for clicking that like button and in telling me how much you enjoy the content. Thank you, and we'll see you. Goodbye. All right. 3, 2, 1.